It is week 26 of vlogging, and that means I have been doing this weekly vlog for half a year. So I thought today I would do a little self-check-in just to kind of review how things have been going. When I started this year-long vlog adventure, I didn't quite know what it would be. I had some idea, and I'm still kind of forming it as it goes. And there were some weeks where videos were really short or really not substantial. And there were some weeks where I felt confident in actually sharing the video through my social media. And yeah, I want to mark this halfway occasion by just asking myself a few questions that I have prepared. First, why did I start this vlog? I think the answer, I talk about this answer in the first ever vlog, but I think even then I wasn't 100% clear. I just knew I felt like doing it for one. I think a selfish reason was I wanted to figure out how I could use this platform of YouTube and vlogging to get myself out there, have my name out there. But then a perhaps less selfish reason was to really put out content that might be helpful. I follow a lot of YouTubers myself, and the ones that I tend to gravitate towards the most are the ones who do a lot of what I'm doing. They stare at a camera and talk. It might be a mixture of other things too, but for the most part, it's low on the editing and flashiness and pretty much just sharing thoughts and getting to know a person and their personality. For example, I follow theme park vloggers, and the two that I really like right now are the Tim Tracker for Orlando theme parks and Patrick Dougal. I think Patrick Dougal for SoCal theme parks. I recently found the booktuber Literary Diversions, and I believe her first name is Leanne, and she does some editing, but it's a lot of talking to the camera and sharing her thoughts. I enjoy the video essays by Lindsay Ellis and by Jenny Nicholson. Here's a fun little fact. I was actually in a production of A Christmas Carol with Jenny Nicholson when she was in middle school. I played Bob Cratchit, and I believe she was either one of my children or just one of the children in the play. So that's my name dropping for you right there. And there are several video game YouTubers that I like to follow as well, like Ant Dude, The Completionist, Beat 'em Ups. And they do a lot of this, even though sometimes I believe their stuff can be scripted. It's a lot of this talking to the camera. And I was finding that a lot of the theater-related content on YouTube is often done up, kind of has this air of this is the theater and we're gonna talk to the playwright and get a glimpse at the process. So one of my goals for doing these vlogs was to kind of get rid of that idea around playwriting and just show that we're kind of boring everyday people. But that hopefully that is helpful in some way as well. The next question I have for myself is, what have I learned? Well, one, I think I have gotten better at just looking at a camera and starting to talk and not feeling so nervous or like I need to absolutely say things right. I think it would be different if I were doing live vlogs. I think I would feel a lot more nervous, but because I know this can be edited, I will mess something up and then start over and then just edit it out. And I really love that about YouTube. It's kind of brought in this language of quick cuts where we can talk like this and you just kind of go with it and don't think too much about the fact that it was cut. So the next time I'm asked to record a video for something or some occasion, I think I'll feel a lot less nervous and able to just talk. Another thing I've learned is just how to be quick on editing and how to not care so much about the final product. Like, obviously I care. I'm not gonna just put something out there that I think is flat out terrible, but there are some videos that I put out there because I committed to doing this and I wanted to get something out and I knew it was probably boring, but it was more about getting into the habit, I guess. So I'm pretty glad that I've stuck with it, and I do think I'm pretty quick in working in iMovie and just going with what I've got. That's another thing I've learned, is it's okay to just go with what you've got. I'm using my phone, using whatever's available on my MacBook. There's probably fancier software, probably a microphone I can get, but I think I can build that over time, and the point was to not try to get things perfect out the gate so much as just get things out the gate. And especially because it's not like a big goal of mine to get to a certain amount of followers, I'm not necessarily looking to monetize these videos. Like, if I happen to overnight get a ton of followers, then I'm probably going to monetize, because why not? But my goal is not to drive that. So I do feel like I get to just create the content that I am interested in. And hopefully it'll reach the people who are interested in it as well. And we'll go from there. And if I only ever just keep around 51 subscribers, I'm okay with that. Because my career is playwriting and musical theater writing, not YouTubing. I don't want this to take over my time, so I'm trying to do this in as quick and as efficient, but still as meaningful of a way as possible. And I'm hopefully learning that as I go throughout this year. The next question is, what difficulties have I been facing? I mean, time is one, especially on weeks that I've traveled or where it's just been busy. I have had some issues with generating ideas for this content, and even saying that makes it sound so much more, I don't know. Okay, I'm interrupting myself because I don't know if this is getting picked up, but I think it's getting picked up. My office here is not soundproofed very well, so there are so many times on these videos where I have to pause and wait for a large truck or bus to get past this street light that's by our house, and planes, because there's an airport not too far from here. That's been a difficulty. Okay, whatever this current sound is not going away, so I'm going to continue because I want to finish this video. Also, I think I'm like lower than I should be this time. Where was I? I was saying it has been tricky sometimes coming up with content, but not as bad as I thought. Like I said, I've been getting more comfortable with just sharing what's happening, what's on my mind. Whether that's actually of interest or not is another thing entirely. But it's been kind of a fun challenge to try to come up with a theme or a thought that's been brewing in my head and just blah, share about it. And initially, one of the other things that was difficult was kind of getting over myself, in the sense of being scared to put content out there because it's asking for immediate judgment. It helps that I'm still pretty obscure. So really, it's just a bunch of my friends and colleagues being really positive and supportive. But I think what was difficult in those early weeks about putting myself out there has gotten much easier, and I've been more comfortable just sharing my thoughts and being okay with being wrong or sounding stupid, I guess. So the final question I have for myself is, what are my next steps on this? And I mean, I think I need to finish out this year of vlogging, and beyond that, I don't know. I don't know that I want to keep doing a weekly vlog after this year. I think I'll continue vlogging, and maybe I'll get more specific about what kinds of videos I'm making. I'm toying with how to upgrade my equipment, if that's even a thing I want to do. Maybe I'll get to much more topic-specific videos that go further in depth. I think one thing I definitely wanted to avoid was this idea that like I'm here to offer you all these tips and I know the way. I hope what I'm conveying is I know my way, and hopefully hearing me talk about my way sometimes might help you along your way. But there is no magic top 10 list or 5 things you need to know or 7 mistakes you need to avoid, because we're dealing with the arts, and there are just rules that should be broken by some people in order for their art to have the impact that it has. And there I go on my soapbox. So yeah, gonna finish out this year and then see what happens. If you've watched 1, 2, all of any of these vlogs, thanks so much. And thanks for those who have been encouraging me to keep going. I will do so. And remember to like, hit that notification button, and subscribe. Just kidding. It's fine. I mean, yeah, if you want to, but it's fine. But is it reverse psychology? I will see you next week, hopefully with far less street noise than today's video. It's still going.